Destruction of public records. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, once a public record has fulfilled its required retention period, it should be promptly destroyed per the Virginia Public Records Act. To learn more about the retention schedules, check out the video on records retention linked in the description box below. The timely and prompt destruction of public records at the end of their retention period ensures efficiency and establishes a pattern of defensible disposition to demonstrate that the agency is consistently adhering to the retention and disposition requirements within the schedules. Before destroying public records, the agency's designated records officer must properly approve a certificate of records destruction, also known as the RM3 form. The RM3 is an online form on the Library of Virginia website. To locate the RM3 form, begin at the homepage of the Library of Virginia website, which is lva.virginia.gov. You will scroll to the bottom and click on the heading titled For Localities and State Agencies. Then click Records Management, located on the right. This takes you to the Records Management page for the website. From here, click on the fourth bulleted point titled Forms. On the Forms page, the Certificate of Records Destruction, also known as the RM3 form, appears at the top right. You can see the link to the In Progress dashboard to see the approval status of submitted forms. You can also use the Completed Form Search link to view completed RM3 forms. Also, you will find helpful resources for completing the form, including written instructions and videos. Another link to highlight is the Volume Equivalency Table, which can help you calculate the volume of records being destroyed, which must be reported in cubic feet. Use the table to determine how many cubic feet are contained within common record storage containers, like letter and legal size files, shelves, and boxes. Once you are prepared to complete the RM3 form, you are to facilitate it on the Library of Virginia website, as many options automatically populate responses for you. This video will just provide a broad overview of the RM3 process. For a more detailed walkthrough on how to fill out the form, check out the linked video in the description box below. To begin the process, the form creator creates and submits the RM3 form on the Library of Virginia website. Anyone within the agency can serve as a form creator. Next, the approving official reviews and approves the form. The approving official must be someone within the agency who can confirm whether there is a hold on the records, such as legal discovery, FOIA requests, audits, or any type of investigation. Lastly, the agency's designated records officer reviews and approves the form. Each agency is required to designate at least one records officer to monitor and control the creation, maintenance, and destruction of public records at the agency. A common question is, can the form creator, approving official, and records officer all be the same person within the agency? The Library of Virginia does not prohibit the same person from serving multiple roles, as long as they can meet the requirements of each role. We strongly recommend creating policies and procedures that govern this process for your specific agency or office. As the form creator completes the form, they must select a designated records officer from the controlled list in the drop-down box. The form creator will also enter the name and email address of someone who will serve as the approving official. The form creator also lists their own name and email address. The RM3 approval process occurs via email. As the form creator, once you submit the form, you will receive an email asking you to confirm that you are the person that created the form. Next, The approving official will receive an email asking them to review and approve the form. If the approving official finds that there is an error in the form, they can send the form back to the form creator with notes on what needs to be corrected. Once the approving official approves the form, it moves on to the records officer. The records officer will receive an email to review and approve the form. Again, if the records officer finds any errors, they can send the form back to the form creator. Once the records officer approves the form, they will have the option to send the final destruction authorization to either themselves as the records officer or to the original form creator. Either the records officer or the form creator will receive an email containing authorization to proceed with destruction and return to this email to affirm the destruction after that has taken place. When destroying records, make sure you comply with the requirements of the retention schedule and any other regulations that might apply. The disposition column on the record's retention schedule identifies whether a series must be destroyed confidentially or whether a non-confidential method will suffice. Confidential destruction means that the records are destroyed in a way that the information is not recoverable. The Virginia Administrative Code provides specific requirements for the destruction of records containing Social Security numbers. This regulation requires that paper records be pulped, incinerated, or shredded using at least a 3/8-inch cross-cut shredder. Files stored on a computer that will be in continued use must not only be deleted, but also overwritten using software that overwrites the files with meaningless data to totally liberate the original data, preventing it from being reconstructed. The regulation provides additional destruction requirements for hard drives, floppy disks, tapes, magnetic media, and CD-ROMs that contain Social Security numbers. Once the records have been destroyed, the records officer or form creator will click a button within that email message to affirm that the records have been destroyed. This final affirmation step closes out the certificate of records destruction and concludes the process. You can monitor the progress of a form using the In Progress dashboard on the Library of Virginia website. To locate the dashboard, return to the Records Management Forms page. Below the link to the RM3 form, click the bulleted point titled In Progress Dashboard. Search by state, agency, or locality to locate a form. Note that the In Progress dashboard does not display the information from the RM3 in full. Instead, the dashboard simply shows where the form is in the process of approval. A green circle that is filled indicates that the step is completed. A green circle that is not filled indicates that the step is pending but has not yet been completed. Once the final step of affirmation of records destruction is performed, the form is considered complete and will no longer appear in the dashboard. Instead, the form migrates to the completed form search on the Library of Virginia website. The completed form search is also located on the Forms webpage, right underneath the In Progress dashboard link. Use the completed form search to reference forms as needed. Once completed, the form can be viewed in full using the View Form button. After completing your first search in the dashboard, or for a completed form, consider bookmarking those pages for easy access. Be sure to check out the links in the description box below for more detailed information about each step of destruction process. If you have any questions about the Certificate of Records Destruction, contact your records management analyst at the Library of Virginia.